Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, De Beers commits a billion pula upfront to diamonds for development in Botswana. Lawyer says South African regulator not doing enough to promote junior mining. And water power in underground mining has gone mainstream. The De Beers Group, which concluded in principle diamond sales and mining agreements with the government of Botswana, has committed a billion pula upfront to fund the development of diversification within Botswana.
And I'm really delighted that we've reached agreement in principle with the government of Botswana. I think it's worth remembering that these are quite complex agreements covering the midstream, but also the upstream, so Botswana arrangements and the extension of the mining license in Botswana. A couple of highlights to pull out. So we've announced the initiation of a fund, Diamonds for Development Fund, and we've committed to put a billion pula up front. And this fund is for the development and diversification within Botswana, looking at adjacencies beyond diamonds and potentially into agriculture, climate change, solar development, tourism.
The major theme of the recent junior indaba was the concern that the South African regulator is not doing enough to promote junior mining in South Africa.
The major theme from that junior indaba was the concern that the South African regulator is not doing enough to promote junior mining in South Africa, and especially when it comes to the provision of power. There's a lot of uncertainty with the government's power solution for South Africa going forward. Without power, we can't mine.
And what is government's role in supporting and regulating the mining industry?
The government's role should be to cut red tape from the Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Act to make the SAMRAT system, which is the application system for prospecting rights and mining rights, to bring it up to standard, because it's not up to standard at the moment. It's capable of manipulation by corrupt officials. And the second thing is that government must prioritize crime in the mining industry and help the mining industry to deal with these issues.
The long-standing use of water to cool underground mines is increasingly providing the opportunity to apply the free water pressure head that this offers to energize mining equipment.
Humble beginnings back in the 80s, but frankly very visionary at the time. So the concept really was that mining is going deeper. Deeper means it gets hotter, and bringing water down multiple kilometers down into the reef horizon means that you have a free pressure head. And the idea really was to use that free pressure head, cool the water, to then have a single medium that does both the cooling and the powering of the equipment underground. And of course, the technology to now be able to utilize equipment to run off this hydro, this water, is really what the challenge was, and what we have managed to succeed in over the last couple of decades.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged onto miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.